Last November, I moved into this small house just outside of town. Nothing fancy, just me trying to get a little space. Rent was dirt cheap, probably 'cause it was a little run down, but I didn't really care. Quiet street, no traffic, felt like a good spot to start fresh. That first night after I finished unpacking, it started raining. Light at first, just a soft tapping on the windows. I was lying in bed, dead tired, when I noticed something across the street. There was a man standing out there, just standing, right across from my house. Not walking, not looking around, just facing straight toward me. And what really got me was, he wasn't moving at all, not reacting to the cold or the rain, just frozen. I watched him for a minute, maybe two, then shrugged it off. Figured maybe he was waiting for a ride or something. Honestly, I was too tired to care. I found it kind of weird, yeah, but I passed out pretty quick after that. The next morning, the rain had stopped, and the man was gone. The day drifted by uneventfully. By evening, the clouds returned, thick and heavy, and by nightfall, the rain was back. I made dinner, ate in silence, and let the quiet rhythm of the suburbs settle me. Later, I went up to my bedroom, scrolling aimlessly on my phone for about an hour. Around 1 a.m., I glanced out the window again. Same guy, same spot, still just standing there. This time, I stared longer. Tried to see his face, but it was dark, and the rain made everything kind of blurry. He wasn't holding an umbrella, didn't have a coat either, just standing there soaked. Didn't make a move. I thought maybe it was some neighbor with weird habits, but something about it felt off. Still, I told myself not to overthink it. I turned off the light, drew the blinds, and went back to bed. Something about all of it felt wrong. Still, the day passed without incident, until night fell. It was my third night in this new house. By 1 a.m., my nerves were already shot. I didn't want to look, but I did. He was back, closer this time, on my sidewalk. Same posture, same silence, staring at the house, soaked, still. It wasn't just unsettling anymore. I was scared. I stood at the window, frozen. For a second, I considered going out there, asking what he wanted. But then I imagined him turning his head, slowly, or saying something I couldn't unhear. I shut the curtain, locked the door, and crashed onto the couch. Sat through the night with some dumb sitcom playing in the background, laugh track echoing through the tension. Didn't sleep. Not a minute. By the fourth night, I was losing it. I called the non-emergency line, told them some guy kept hanging around my house after dark. Every night, same time, same spot. They said they'd send a patrol to drive by, just in case. That night, I sat in the dark near the window, waiting, watching. 1 a.m., he was there again. Only this time, he was at the bottom of my front steps, closer than ever, like he was waiting to be let in. I didn't move, didn't blink, just watched him standing there dripping, staring up at the house like he already knew what was inside. About 10 minutes later, a cop car rolled by. Lights flashed down the street. I glanced toward it, just for a second. When I looked back, he was gone. No sound, no footsteps, just gone. The officer walked around for a bit, knocked on my door, and told me he didn't see anyone. Said I should get a camera, maybe install some motion lights. I nodded. Said, yeah, I'd do that. But I didn't tell him what I saw. Didn't tell him how the man vanished the second I looked away. Next day, I picked up a cheap webcam and set it up facing the front yard. Nothing fancy, just something to record in case he came back. That night, I didn't watch the window. I just let the cam record. Next morning, I pulled up the footage. There he was again, at 1:07 a.m. on the dot, standing in the middle of my lawn. Then the video glitched for about 10 seconds, static, screen flickering. When the feed cleared up, he was gone. I replayed it like 10 times. Same thing every time. No sound, no movement, just gone. I don't know what I expected, but it definitely wasn't that. A few nights later, I crashed on the couch. Around 1:30, I woke up to this soft, slow knock at the front door. 3 knocks, then silence. I sat up, heart racing, and just listened. Another knock, but this time, it came from the back door. I didn't move, didn't breathe. I just waited. Then I heard footsteps on the porch. Not boots, not shoes, bare feet. The next day, I started digging. Searched the house address online, checked old property records, anything I could find. In the basement, buried under a pile of junk, I found an old newspaper. My house was on the front page. Turns out, the house used to be a foster home. 10 years back, a fire broke out in the basement. 3 kids died, but one of them apparently got out. Witnesses said he was seen just standing outside in the rain, watching the house burn, not crying, not calling for help, just watching. After reading that, I didn't feel scared. I felt guilty, like maybe that thing out there wasn't trying to hurt me. Maybe he was just stuck, reliving that same night over and over. So the next night, when the knock came again, I opened the door. There was no one there, but the porch was wet, and there were barefoot prints walking into the house. After that night, I never saw him again. No more 1 a.m. visits, no more standing in the rain. The camera's been clean, even through storms. I don't talk about it much, but sometimes I think, whatever that was, it didn't want to hurt anyone. It just wanted to come home. One last time.
Like and subscribe if you'd like to hear more stories like this.